Hey everybody, it's Diana again, and welcome back to a new installment of Woman Once Removed, my life story. And in the background you can see my halo. Well, I want to dedicate this one tonight to Samantha. We talked about the possibility of playing with makeup this weekend. So girl, I'm playing with makeup with you in mind. Of course, I hope you don't put on this much. Well, tonight, if you're offended by sexual content, then you need to click it off, because I'm going to be talking about some things that are very sexual in content. I want to talk about my bottom surgery and how I feel about it, and how I feel about other people who do or do not decide to get it. So, let's just jump right in. I knew from the moment I knew that there was such thing as transsexual surgery to reconstruct the penis into something that resembles a vagina. Now, I know, I'm perfectly aware that I will never be a biological woman. That was not my idea to begin with, because I knew that was an impossibility. But I knew that I could do something that would make me feel as closely as I could to a biological woman. I had no delusions that I would be one, but I also had no delusions that as long as I had a penis between my legs, that I would be anywhere as close to a female as I felt like I needed to be. What I was born with offended me. It was not something that was usable to me, even in a heterosexual or homosexual relationship. I was poisoned by disocebesterol hormones that my mother was taking so she could ward off a miscarriage, because she had miscarried. And disocebesterol, better known as DES, poisoned a lot of people during the time frame that it was on the market. And it caused a lot of birth defects. Now, what it caused in me was not only did it mess with my mind, it messed with my whole body. Because of the hormones, I became very feminized. And we're not just talking about how I looked and how I acted and all that. Down there, too. It was not fully developed, not to the point that it could be a usable instrument of sexual relations. So I despised it from the moment I was able to understand what it was. I've got a rat back here, my boy back here. He's trying to hide, so let's let him hide. So I felt like a freak all my life. So when I learned that there was something I could do about it, yeah, I made plans for that when I was a child. And I knew one day I would have that surgery. But I tell you, I never try to push trans people into having surgery, because I honestly feel that if you can use it, then why lose it? Because this is a very serious operation. So if you have an enjoyable sex life with it, then why remove it or reconstruct it? Because actually just having a vagina is not that important. It doesn't make you any more or less a woman if that's what you are inside. So I don't push that to anybody. And matter of fact, I have known a couple of people that it was a mistake for, because they had enjoyed it and they lost that. And not that you totally lose it, because all the sensations are still there. It's not like they cut something off and throw it away. They reconstruct it, they leave all the nerve endings and everything, but you have to learn how to use it to do that. You don't just all of a sudden you have sex and oh, it's fabulous. You have to work through that to learn where those nerves are, to learn what it takes to get you to the point that you're really having a successful sex life. But I had never had a successful sex life before. Now, Jody Holiday, my cousin that I used to live with, and she can tell you, we were roommates, we shared an apartment. And one time I had a date with this guy, and I had met him through the gay bar. And I come running into her room, and I said, he wants to go down on me. I said, I can't do that. She says, well, how are you going to know if you like it unless you try? So I went back in there, and I thought, well, I'll let him try. I put a pillow over my head, and I said, I just won't let him try. It wasn't but a minute later, I ran back in there. I said, go get him out of this house, because I can't deal with me. And when Jody sees this, she will remember that night. That was the one and only time that I tried to have some kind of sexual relations with what I was born with. So for me, anything after that was a plus. So after I had surgery, it was like my life opened up. For the first time in my life, I had a real sex life. So anything that happened was an experience, was a positive experience. Of course, once you get past all the dilating and all that. Now, I watched some of Blair White's videos, and, you know, I don't agree with a lot of what she says. You know, she's a real positive go-getter, and she is a non-op, and she preaches non-op. So she says that the bottom surgery is just a wound, and it will never be a vagina, and a lot of negative things against it because she is non-op. So I don't agree with her on that situation, because she's one of those that she uses it, so why lose it? That's great for her, but that's not the same case in everybody's situation. There are people that need the surgery, but there's not near as many people that actually need the surgery as those who get it and wind up regretting it and wishing they'd never done it. It's not just the next step, and I've said it before, it should be the only step if that's what you really need. So really think about it before you say, well, I'm going to get bottom surgery because that's the next step in me being a woman. No, honey. Really, it's a serious surgery, and you need to really think about it. Really a long time before you actually do it. Because I don't want to see videos of you later on down the road saying, oh, I made a mistake, and nobody can be happy having surgery. Well, that's not true. Only if it's not right for you will it be a mistake. So you really need to think seriously about this, y'all, before you just run in there and say, you know, hey. Because hormones help that depression you might be going through about the maleness that you hate. And that takes the male sex drive away a whole lot, so that'll help you out. And then when your breasts start to grow or you get breast implants, then you start feeling better about yourself. And if you need the FFS, you need to do that before you think about having a hoo-ha put in. Because that may be all you really need to feel the woman inside of you. Because you don't need to go getting that unless that's absolutely what you need. If you don't have something against it, where you hate it like I hated mine, then I'm afraid you might have some problems later on. You need to really think about it. Now, as far as me, from the moment I had the surgery, it felt like I was born with it. I cannot imagine anything else between my legs. And I had my surgery in 1977, and it's 2021. And it just feels like a natural part of me. That's the reason I feel cis, because I never felt like a male. I never used it, and the only thing I've ever used is my vagina. So I feel like I'm cis. And a lot of the trans people, they hate me because I tell my story. I'm not telling anybody what they need to do, or you're not as good as me, I'm just telling you my story. This woman once removed is my story, Diana's story. This is how I lived and am living my life. I'm trying to educate myself. I'm trying to grow as a person. There's a lot of things that I don't understand with a lot of transgender people because I didn't live it. I don't understand what I don't live, what I did not know. So I can't say I know what you're going through. I can't say we're kindred spirits because we possibly aren't. I don't know. I have a few actual girlfriends that I feel we really connect because we have a lot in common with our situations. I don't have a lot in common with regular lesbian women. I mean, I'm friends with a lot of lesbian women, but I can't relate to them because I'm not lesbian. So how could I relate to a transgendered woman who is lesbian? I can't because I'm not lesbian. I don't feel the same things you feel. I haven't lived the life you live. So even though we can be friends, we are not sisters. Not really, because I don't know what your life is going about. I don't have any idea what it is. So it's not that I think I'm better or worse than anybody. I'm just me. I'm possibly different. So if you can't understand that, I'm sorry. And I'm really tired of apologizing because this is just who I am. And you're who you are. So we all try to be happy as we can. And all of us, regardless of who we are, even if we're natural born cis, we got stuff going on in our lives that we have ups and downs. We have bad things, good things. It's never perfect. That transition that you're trying to go through, or your surgery, the different surgeries that you're planning on, that's just a personal thing. That may help in some ways, and I hope it does. But it's not going to help in everything because you still got life to live. You still got your ups and downs to go through. You know, just like this COVID right now. You know, that's something on top of your transgenderism. And I've said this before, and I have had people to read me about it, to try to correct me as if I'm an idiot. I know I'm Asperger's and bipolar's, but I'm not an idiot. But I do know that the medical field, they use transgender as an umbrella term to cover transvestism, cross-dressers, transsexuals, intersex, and anybody within the gender variance. Some people say, well, that's changed, but it has not. Do your research, because that's not true. And it makes people think that we're all the same. And even transsexuals are more profound than the regular transgender. Transsexuals are the ones who have to have bottom surgery to be happy. That makes me different than a lot of the regular transsexuals. So I can't really relate to you if you have a penis between your legs. I can understand you feeling like a woman, but I'm not the same type of woman. So again, I'm not putting anybody down. I'm saying this is my situation. This is my story. This is Diana, woman once removed. Once removed. That means I was a woman once it was removed. I would have always felt like I was in the middle if I had not had it done. I would have always felt uncomfortable. I would have never been truly happy, and probably either had it just surgically removed and lived like an Indie Hydra, or I would have committed suicide because I despised what I had. But if you don't feel that, I don't see that there's any reason to have it removed, because it doesn't make you any more biologically woman than it makes me. I had it done to make myself feel comfortable, to make myself feel as close to normal as I could. So there it is, girls. If it's right for you, then you will be happy afterwards. You'll feel like it's a normal part of you. It will not feel foreign. You will not feel like you've lost something. You will never feel like you're unhappy because you've ruined your life. But if it is not right for you, and I feel for you, I think you need to really think about it. If you have any qualms, if you're the kind of person that says, I can't make a decision what I should do, your decision is to not do it. If you have any qualms about should I do it, then don't. Please. Because it is so serious and you can't put it back. And if you want it, if you use it, please leave it. Because I don't see that there's any reason. I mean, I didn't have to go to a doctor and go through therapy for them to make me think or realize that I think that I'm a transgendered person and I need to transition into being female. If you don't know it from the time that you're a child, and that's what you seek after, then I don't think you need to do it. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not a doctor. I don't know all the answers. I don't profess to know all the answers. I just know the answer to my life, to my story, and that's just the way that is. So, this is just a little bit about me and my life. Why I did what I did. How happy I am with me. I'm not saying I'm happy with everything goes on with my life. I'm not happy with my bad relationships I've had, my divorces and all those things. I'm not happy with a lot of things that happened in my life. But my hoo-ha and what's down there, oh, I'm happy with that girl. She's the only good thing I have sometimes. Yeah. She's with me wherever I go. Sometimes I have to touch her side and make sure I know she's still there. I know I'm a nut, but hey, I'm certified. All right, I'll let y'all go. It's over 20 minutes already. Bye-bye. Love y'all. Let me give y'all a hug, the ones that still speak to me. The rest of y'all, have a good life.